Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
He burst into flames and he just started screaming. I was downstairs and all I heard was fire, fire. And the fidget spinner had literally, it wasn't smoking, it was in flame.
Families in at least 2 states are warning parents about this popular toy, saying it's a fire hazard. Fidget spinners were named the most dangerous toy of the summer, and that was before reports of certain ones bursting into flames. One family in Alabama and another in Michigan say their electronic spinner caught fire while it was charging. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson spoke with a man who makes the toy for some advice.
We saw it happen with hoverboards, laptops, then smartphones, and now fidget spinners, where batteries are being blamed for fires.
Lithium batteries themselves are so volatile. They're nasty little batteries if you treat them wrong.
This fidget spinner has a Bluetooth speaker to play music from your phone and LED lights, meaning it has to be charged. And that's when there's potential for danger.
He's putting one together.
Josh Schlicht over at Remote Control Hobbies makes and sells fidget spinners.
It went from like me selling them nonstop to they're done because they're everywhere now.
He doesn't make any that need to be plugged in, but says if your kids have one that does, you need to be careful.
They should use them with the charger it came with, and they shouldn't have it charged anywhere it can be covered. So if it's like under a blanket or anything like that, should be on somewhere open like a desktop or a countertop.
Schlicht says it's best to buy a quality product.
You can get ones on Amazon for 99 cents or there's ones for 40 bucks.
And that advice goes for any toy or laptop or phone that has a lithium battery.
That's the one thing to keep in mind. It's not so much the chargers themselves starting it on fire. It's you're charging the battery wrong and it's popping it essentially. And then when that mixes with oxygen, it's a pretty nasty reaction.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission is investigating the fire risk of fidget spinners. In the meantime, they say you should never charge anything with batteries overnight and never leave them unattended. Now, these fidget spinners that could be harmful to you and your family aren't hard for your kids to get a hold of and aren't that expensive either. Amazon has a number of these electronic spinners priced as low as $9. You can also head to Walmart.com and find them ranging from $10 to $15. While fidget spinners have yet to become a major safety issue for kids, a school in the Red River Valley area, multiple area school districts have reported that they at times have become distractions in class. Some schools are looking into limited fidget spinners in school. We have enjoyed a really nice, beautiful day today, but things might be getting a little bit hairy for parts of the valley for tomorrow's big holiday. For that, let's go over to Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for what we can expect going into tonight into tomorrow. Hutch.
Thanks so much, Christine. The heat is on out to the west. Look at this, 98 sizzling degrees this hour in Williston. With the drought in full swing out there, the heat heats up a lot faster. 70s in Lakes Country, 80s here in the eastern third of North Dakota. Here is your planner for the 4th of July. It'll be quiet through the early portion of our day in the FM area. 83 degrees through afternoon, though. We'll see a chance for storms. Fargo has a 20% chance of storms. That chance increases dramatically up to the north. As we take a look at your hour-by-hour afternoon planner, those storms start fizzling up around 5 o'clock, and then they'll pass mainly through the northern valley the way it looks now. We can't rule one out here in the southern valley. And for fireworks display, it looks like they could be in full swing in northern portions of Minnesota. We'll have hour-by-hour details, but just know this as you go through your plans for tomorrow. We could have some storms. A couple could be strong. Not everyone will see them, but just be prepared in case they do pop up. Windy and some hail possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Hutch. And with that, always remember to keep up with the latest weather conditions where you live. Just download the Valley News Live Storm Team Weather app, and that way you'll get the latest forecast conditions. And as Hutch mentioned, even following that radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. Authorities have identified the body that was pulled from the Red River over the weekend. Officials are confirming that it was 25-year-old Fanuel Osrat of Moorhead. Osrat was a student and a swim coach at MSUM and was reported missing by friends on June 29th after reportedly going for a swim. His body was found in the area underneath the Veterans Memorial Bridge Saturday night around 9:30. MSUM issued a statement today offering condolences to Osrat's family and friends. and that the school has communications lines available for students and staff, personnel for assistance and support. We also know the name of the pilot that was killed in a plane crash just outside of Moorhead last night. Officials say Mark Yagi from Breckenridge passed away from injuries suffered in the crash. The plane was a small two-seater personal vintage aircraft that went down in a field near the Moorhead Airport at about 6 o'clock last night. It's not known yet if the plane was trying to land when the crash happened. The FAA is taking over the investigating of the crash. Yagi was the only person on board. The Federal Aviation Administration is giving more than $1.5 million in grants for upgrades and construction at 6 airports around North Dakota. The largest grant is going to the Ashley Municipal Airport. They're getting more than $971,000 for updates to their facility. The state of North Dakota International Peace Garden Airport, along with other airports in Grafton, Gwinner, Valley City, and Castleton, they're also getting grant money for construction and updates. U.S. Senator John Hoeven says the grants will help airports around the state invest in future development and safety, along with added economic benefits in the communities these airports serve. We're also getting new information tonight about an area police chief. Investigators say Chief James Watson sexually abused a child. Court documents say during the fall of 2011 through April 2013, Watson engaged in a combination of 3 or more sexual acts with a minor who was under the age of 15 in Stark County. Additional documents say he committed the same crime from the fall of 2011 to December of 2011 in Golden Valley County. Watson is facing multiple charges in 3 different counties. Those include 2 counts of contentious sexual abuse of a child and 3 counts of gross sexual imposition. 2 men are facing simple assault charges after getting into a fight with another man in South Fargo early yesterday morning. It happened in the parking lot in the 4000 block of 19th Avenue South. The 2 men, identified as 32-year-old James Billiot of Fargo and 28-year-old Justin Riefenberg of West Fargo, allegedly made derogatory remarks to the victim before assaulting him. Witnesses said that shortly after Billiot and Riefenberg assaulted the victim. Fargo police say the victim was hurt, but his injuries appeared to be non-life-threatening. According to court documents, Billiot pleaded not guilty to simple assault. The Minnesota chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations called on state and federal law enforcement authorities to investigate the alleged assault as a possible hate crime. A Minnesota man is in jail after police say he stabbed someone after having an argument over Facebook. 20-year-old Gavin Johnson of Brandon has been booked in the Douglas County Jail after apparently stabbing 18-year-old Bailey Zastro. Police say the two were fighting on Facebook, which led to a physical altercation. Zastro was taken to a nearby hospital and is expected to be okay, but police say criminal charges against Johnston are still pending. The Minnesota State Patrol is investigating a crash involving a semi early this morning that involved some heavy-duty cleanup. Troopers responded to I-94 just east of Sabin around 3 a.m. The semi-driver lost part of his load of steel beams, which landed in the ditch. Now, there's no word if anyone was hurt in that incident. A Richland County man is in a Fargo hospital after a rollover crash late last night. It happened near Wyndmere, North Dakota, shortly before midnight, and Richland Sheriff's deputies say 55-year-old James Huseath of Walcott was driving on Highway 18 when his car left the roadway, drove over an approach, and rolled. Huseath's condition is not known at this time. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum amended his June 22nd executive order on drought assistance Friday for livestock producers, expanding coverage by 5 counties in response to the U.S. Drought Monitor. The amendment provides aid to livestock producers through the Drought Disaster Livestock Water Supply Program, which is overseen by the State Water Commission. The additional areas include counties designated as extreme drought classification and adjacent counties, including Stutzman, Lemoore, Dickey, Logan, and McIntosh counties. Governor Burgum also activated the State Emergency Operations Plan and initiated intragovernmental support and drought planning and response activities. After the first day of Sunday liquor sales in Minnesota, what kind of an impact is it having on some small town stores? That story is still to come on Valley News Live at 6.
And high temperatures returning to the 80s for many across eastern North Dakota. The 90s, even triple-digit heat is on the way for the holiday. Your hour-by-hour forecast is straight ahead after this.